today is show you some of the things in Mississippi that you won't get to often see. Because there's a narrative about Mississippi, right? I mean, we're the most obese, we drop out of school early, we just don't learn well. All of those things that you hear that are not necessarily true. But there's a narrative on the national level that really tracked about 1964 to about 1970. And the New York Times and a lot of them are stuck in that narrative. You know, what our local media does sometimes, I'm not critical of media, they normally do a good job, but oftentimes what they'll do is get on their computers and they'll go search for something that happened in the 1970s, and they'll use that as sort of a basis, or they'll find something in 1997 and use that. And so we want to show you a little bit about why we think Mississippi does in fact work. Let's look at Let's look at some of the numbers. Mississippi's economy totaled $100 billion for the first time in 2012. Amen. Now think about $100 billion. Now I had to check with the staff a couple of times to make sure that was the B word, not the M word. It is $1 billion. For the first time ever, all of you that are making money, creating products, and growing businesses, reached $100 million GDP. In fact, in 2014, CNBC said Mississippi is the comeback state. Now, I'm not a big CNBC watcher. Maybe some of you guys are, but now that they're saying Mississippi is the comeback based on economic performance, I may have a new relationship with CNBC. Me and Rachel I may get together. I may need to go on her show now to realize what's happening. We look at some ratings. Now we talk about healthcare in Mississippi as an economic driver. One of the reasons that we do, for 2 years in a row, Physician Practice Magazine has rated Mississippi the best state in America to practice medicine. Now I know some of you are not going to believe me, so Google it. For 2 years in a row. The reason they did this is they called doctors all over America and they said, how would you rate your state on the scale of 1 to 10? And Mississippi physicians are the happiest doctors in America because of the legal climate in large extent and because of you. You're good patients. You know, when you go in and the doctor says, well, it's going to be a few minutes, you go, it's okay. I'm fine. I've got a rusty needle. Never mind. Go ahead. I mean, we're very good, kind, wonderful people here. So doctors love to come here and practice medicine. So this idea that you hear, oh, we just don't have enough physicians, true. Because we've got a lot of rural areas. Now I'll show you in a minute, we're leading the nation in telemedicine. We're number 7 in the nation for the application and development of telemedicine. I know y'all heard that, didn't you? You knew all about that. Yeah, how good it is to be leading the pack. Let's look at top 5 for permitting speed. You may think, well, that doesn't mean a whole lot. Go to try to start a business, get a permit. Yeah, time is money, so we're number 5. The value of $100 in Mississippi. You hear we underpay everybody. Oh, you people in Mississippi are broke. Y'all are starving to death. On a national level, and this is the Tax Foundation, the national average is $100. It's 16% higher in Mississippi because of the standard of living. So you make $116 if you make $100. So multiply that times whatever you make per year, you just got a 16% raise. You're welcome. Now, if you lived in Washington, D.C., you would only get $84 of that $100. The rest of it would go for taxes and standard of living. You think, how on earth does that happen? Have you ever bought anything in Washington, D.C.? I paid $16 for a cup of coffee and a sweet roll and a little glass of honey. I'll never do that again. I bring my own nabs with me and make coffee in the room, not paying $16. But that's the difference. It's the standard of living. Now, we look at this. Mississippi ranks number 6 for the best state for overall state for doing business. Well, the cost of doing business, number 6 in the nation. Wait a minute. I thought we were at the top of all the bad lists and the bottom of all the good lists. The Mississippi fail crowd that loves to go around and tell you all of that won't show you this. We know this is a great state. I know it's a wonderful place to start your business because we created so many of them. So now we know why. If you look at there, the quote from GE Aviation, it says this is a perfect place. David Joyce says we liked it so much in Batesville, Mississippi, manufacturing our GE jet engines, that we started a plant in Ellisville. So now we have 2 plants that manufacture GE jet engines in Mississippi. How is that possible? Why, none of us can get out of the 7th grade. Yeah, we got 120 aerospace industries in the state of Mississippi. GE is just one. Top 10 for doing business. Mississippi ranks top 10 state for doing business. Area Development Magazine. This is a magazine of site selectors, people who are paid to go and find the best avenues, the best way to get businesses to come to states. We're in the top 10. Number 4, most tax-friendly state in America. We have this radical concept that you ought to keep as much of your money as possible. I know, that makes a lot of people mad. There are people in the Capitol right now sending out emails. Oh my goodness, thank you, sir. I want that shout out. People in the Capitol right now that are screaming and hollering because we're making a lot of tax reduction. Oh my goodness, those people can't keep their own money. Well, the world will be coming to an end. Education will fail. The bridges will collapse if we want to keep their own money. You don't bury it in the backyard. You don't spend that money. As a matter of fact, it only turns over about 6 times. Tax cuts normally help the economy. We're trying to tell people. This is one of my favorites. Look at the right-hand corner of the screen. So good. We're number 5 in the nation for the growth of women-owned businesses. Ladies, thank you very much. Now, 45 other states don't do that as well as you do here in Mississippi. Now, that's not the national narrative, is it? No. People in New York, they keep you chained with burning stones down here. No, women in Mississippi, bless their heart, they just never. Number 5 in the nation, women-owned businesses. This is from American Express. And I dare say, if you're anything like the First Lady, ladies, we've had some experience with American Express. So they know, so they track you. They track every woman and women-owned businesses so they can get you to use their product. And they said Mississippi's number 5. I keep wearing that out because I know it's hard for, when I saw that, I did a deep dive to make sure, how do we know this? It just happens to have the added advantage of being true. We're number 9, our economic development, our MDA, our entity that goes out and creates jobs, is number 9 in America. This again is the American Economic Development Institute rates that number 9 in America MDA people. So it's really cool to have a top 10 football team, but it's even better to have an economic development team that's number 9 in the nation. Not a bad list to be on. Aerospace, we talked about technology. I can assure you GE is using the most advanced technology available on the planet to develop these GE engines. As a matter of fact, those platforms that you see to separate the blades, when GE started that process about 6 years ago, they weighed about 35 pounds apiece. And they said, we're trying to reduce the weight of this airplane. And so we got in with the University of Southern Mississippi, the Polymer Science Department, and they developed a polymer that weighs about 1.5 pounds and does the same thing. And so that polymer platform separating those blades is at the area where the most friction and the most heat is generated on that jet engine, and they're working every day. And so the weight that was reduced from that jet engine saves millions of dollars a year for GE and the airliners that buy that product to go on their modern airlines. Developed here in the state of Mississippi, the University of Southern Mississippi, polymer plastics, using the most advanced technology. Automobiles, we're doing pretty good on automobiles. We make about 340,000 to 50,000 Nissans every year in Canton, Mississippi. We just reached 500,000, 500,000 Corollas in Blue Spring. Oh, by the way, we reached that landmark, that desired number faster than any Toyota plant on the planet. Faster than Toyota City. Blue Springs, Mississippi. Now, there are things to be so proud of. I was just meeting with the chairman of the Japanese Chamber of Commerce, they call it JETRO, and he was saying today in my office about an hour ago how amazing were Nissan and Toyota. Now, Yokohama Tire, he could not figure out how we got Yokohama Tire Company. They were looking at 28 different states, 3,000 locations there in West Point, Mississippi. He said, I went up there to see it. I talked to Mr. Yamamoto. I said, what did he tell you? He said, the workforce. The workforce. We show up on time. Now that doesn't sound amazing, but that doesn't happen all over America. We show up on time. We work every day. We'll work overtime. And then, you know, in the afternoons, you're home helping your children do their homework, or maybe do a little league baseball team. Friday nights, you're under the lights, and then you're in church on Sunday morning. This is a great workforce to be a part of. Mississippi has a workforce that built America. And we're still here. The rest of them are arguing about over union dues and all that kind of stuff. Well, we're building 425,000 Corollas, now 500,000. We built 2.8 million Nissans in the state of Mississippi. Workforce is what it's all about. We're going to spend about $50 million in the next 2 years training the workforce. Now, a lot of that is going to be advanced training. And we believe that our community college, like Hines Community College, will do a remarkable job at that. But we need people who know how to work with sheet metal. Yeah, we still make automobiles out of sheet metal, by the way. We're going to start making some more of them out of aluminum, but welding. You got to know about welding, you got to know about electronics, you got to know about carpentry. Those are the jobs that we need here in Mississippi. And coding. We've got to make sure that every child in every high school at least gets one class on coding. It is the fastest growing demand in the United States is now is computer coding. So if we know that, what do? We go to a bunch of coders. Get the little rascals out there where they're knocking it out. And then I can go to Japan and say, I've got 10,000 coders over here. You want some? Guess what? You got to leave Mississippi now. They ain't going to let them leave. No, we're going to keep them here. They're going to grow where they were planted. Absolutely, workforce is doing remarkable things. Telemedicine, I told you earlier, we're number 7 in the nation for telemedicine. And this is not just in Jacksonville, working with the University Medical Center, but in Sunflower County where I was born. I'm not sure how that program got there. But I talked to GE Medicine and they came to Sunflower County, rural of Mississippi, the North Sunflower County Medical Center. And we're doing a telemedicine program with Ceasefire, GE, North Sunflower Medical Center, University Medical Center. We took 200 of the worst patients that they had there with diabetes. We gave each one of them a device. We're tracking them each day. We're helping them through technology, access to physicians that are at the University Medical Center through telemedicine. I was with Samsung the other day. I put a little bracelet on and just clipped it on my wrist. And you know what my heartbeat was, and you know what my temperature was, and you know what my blood pressure was. So our medical response from this point forward is going to be through a device. You will be able to get your iPhone or the next version of it and talk to your doctor. And he will say, I see your heart rate's up a little bit. Put your finger on the screen. Oh yeah, you got a little temperature. Yeah, we test the sugar and see where that's at for you. All of that's going to be there. He will be able to say when's the last time you took your medication, or maybe you need to come in for a checkup. Then he'll split the screen, he'll talk to the pharmacist, and he says, I think Phil needs a little bit more of the medication, and so we'll call back in a Walgreens down on State Street, he'll be ready to get there. Now that's how you deliver medicine in this day and time. You don't go sit in an office for 2 hours until the lady comes out and goes, okay, Mr. Bryant, come on back. And I go sit on butcher paper on the bed for another half hour. I don't want to do that. I want to get on my phone and go, Doc, I got a little sore throat. What you think? Hold it up. Oh, yeah, that's a little red. Call you something in the morning. That's where we're at, folks. Come on. I got a doc in a box. It's got Apple on the back of it, but that's my doc in a box. So we are breaking ground here. Jackson Technology Center, that's in downtown Jackson where the old McRae's used to be at Meadowbrook. We're turning that building into a research and development park for technology. So they're going to need a whole bunch of you guys that may want to go over there and do coding and work with telemedicine Telemedicine, that's the diabetes network that we're talking about in Sunflower County. You can see as we're accessing physicians on the screen there. So if you want to go in this particular room, we can access physicians anywhere in the world. So if I wanted to go to New Delhi, India, to find a heart specialist that knew something particular about the problem I was having, he's going to pop up on the screen. This is really cool stuff. And companies are so important and they involved in it. Bank Plus has 28 telemedicine locations around the state of Mississippi. So if you feel bad at Bank Plus, you walk in there and you sit down and pop up on the screen a physician and you talk to them, and I've done this. And you know, I said, look, I got a little sinus thing going on here. This was a couple of weeks ago, not unusual. She said, great, I'll call you something in Walgreens. Walgreens don't pay me for that. I'll call you something down in Bob's drugstore. And oh, by the way, they had the flu shot. No matter what happened, she said, make sure you get that right there. And I need it. Just right there at the desk. This is something that we are leading on in Mississippi, and we're not about to turn back. E-corporate healthcare, telemedicine, Bank Plus, Back Car, Whole Mac, others that you see. Jobs in Mississippi. If you've got your iPhone, you can go to the app shop. I don't have mine with me. It's in the car, but you see the Mississippi Works app there in the center. It's free. You can download it. And every day, look up in the right-hand corner, you'll see the number of jobs that are available. 29,084 jobs are available the day that we use this app. And so not only does it tell you where they're at, you can look at that particular job. You can type in engineers and welding. It'll take you to every welding job, every engineering job available in Mississippi. It will show you where you're at because it's tracking your device. It'll show you where the job at. It'll say apply now. You're able to download your information into that. The company that's interested in it, they'll email you back and say, we got your application. We like it. How about being here to teach you for an interview? This was so great. You can see that DGAA, that's sort of the digital government advanced society award. Anyway, we want an actual award for an app. We're so good, our apps win national awards. That's not possible, man. We're the slowest, we're the dumbest, we're the, this and that. Hey, come on. We can't do remarkable things. That's the last slide. That shows you where Mississippi is at just now, and some of the companies that you might notice are involved in manufacturing and testing and services industry. Now, I know a lot of people look up there and they'll say, you know, the company I'm looking for is not there. It's because that's as neat as we could get on there and allow you to read it. I can pack them on there. But if you look, Caterpillar up top, there's again, Toyota up there, Nissan, so they talk about identity and Rolls-Royce, Huntington Ingalls. They've not really suited up those. If you look on one side of it, over in Hancock County, we build the most advanced warships on the planet. The most advanced warships on the planet, not just in Mississippi, not America, but on the planet at Ingalls. You know, we're trying to sell them all over the world. I was in Israel a couple of months ago, and they're very interested in Ingalls helping them. If you go to the other end of it, there's a little place called Stennis Space Center in Hancock. Yeah, what are they doing? Well, they're testing right now the propulsion system that will put man on Mars one day. A little company called SpaceX. You may have heard of it. So, and right in the middle, you know, we've got sort of an entertainment district there that drew, last year, helped out 22 million people to the state of Mississippi. 22 million visitors came to Mississippi last year. We're a state of 3 million people. 22 million people from around the world came here to see everything from Elvis Presley's home to the Blues Trail to the Mississippi Gun Coast. Remarkable thing that happened here. Now, technology is driving all of it. I remember going to a technology conference probably 13, 14 years ago. And the guy got up and said, whatever the question is, technology is the answer. Yeah. And he's absolutely right. Our website now for tourism is getting more hits than the state of New York. Yeah, we redesigned that entire website for tourism. And people all over the world are lighting it up every day because they want to come see where else, or they want to come to the crossroads, or they'd like to have an experience on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. But they're going to book that room and book that flight all through that device that they have in their hands. And they want to do it as quickly as they can, and we want to have the broadband capabilities necessary to get them there. You'll see an advancement on the Mississippi Gulf Coast of broadband. I can't tell you exactly now because we haven't had a news conference yet. There's going to be an advancement on broadband technology on the Mississippi Gulf Coast that will rival anything in the world. We've got to have the broadest bandwidth possible if we're going to put man on Mars, if we're going to continue with our advanced research and development with companies like Rolls-Royce and SpaceX and all the rest of that. Look, I've got to go catch a plane. I just wanted to come by and tell you, keep working hard. Whether it is education and healthcare or tourism, the technology advancements that we're making in Mississippi will depend on whether or not we continue to stay in the top 10, and we're going to need your help to get there. Thank you so